All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another stream. Today I'm joined by none other than Mr. Haste.
Yo, yo, yo.
If you guys are new here, that's what we do. At the beginning of the week, we outline some stocks, we outline some crypto, we outline NQ, see what happens. I'll give you guys important levels. Then throughout the week, we do morning streams where we outline the interaction between the Asian session and the London session, what we can do going into the New York session. And I think starting this week, I'll start doing some quote-unquote live trading. We'll just do some live price action reading, and we'll stay on stream until we're done. And at night, we review the day, take a look at the trades that we took, see what happened, see how price interacted, and what happened. Actually, not in hindsight, but just kind of do a little overview of what we went over in the morning. And that's about it. So if you guys find it interesting, if you find something in the streams, give them a like, give them a share. Let's go through the previous trades that we had this week, and then we'll outline the important levels going into this next week. Just a heads up, I think this week market's going to be half day on Thursday, at least for futures. Equities is going to be closed, and then Friday, I believe, is also a half day, I think. But as far as I'm concerned, those are just no trade days. So let's take a look at Monday here. What we had, what price action did. Right here. All right. So initially, we swept the previous daily high, right? Price is now below the previous daily high over here with the London session sweeping the half. That Asian session, retrace down, sweep both of these liquidities right there. Get a little reversal out of here. As you can see, we're reaching into this green. VIX is starting to go green. Price taps up with the previous daily 50% as well over here. Because typically once we sweep the previous daily high, we want to look for the 50% because that's going to give us the reaction of what can happen. If price goes below the 50% of any candle after a sweep of the high or the low, then we can see an outside candle. That's per the strat, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's per the strat. And then over here, you can see London retraces right into this London range. So from here, you could have taken some longs right there on this VIX run up and the 50% tap. And then out of here, off this London range, sweep up these liquidities. We have an SFP with a rejection of that 705 and a nice little reversal back to the downside. That was Monday. Let's go into our Tuesday. So Tuesday over here, typically once, so we had Asian session, a little expansion, right? London saw a bit of a consolidation, which told us New York is likely going to see an expansion as well. Right here on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, see we open up with the candle straight to the top. This sweeps this 15-minute liquidity right there, and that, I believe there was a flat candle right there as well on that 15-minute. But anyways, the 15-minute gives us an open high, low close candle, right? We manipulate to the upside, have an SFP, can't clear above this consolidation, reverse back to the downside over here. This is where VIX starts to get up top, and we were just targeting this small liquidity that we had to the right side over there, or the left side, I mean. There's liquidity, I promise. But we are also looking at our 12-hour levels, right? If we're looking on a higher time frame, the 12-hour level held over here just gave us that solid bounce back up to the top to sweep this range again, and then reverse back to the downside. Wednesday. Quite a few levels to the downside and a lot of levels to the upside is something that we outlined in our Discord and in the morning as well on the stream. We had a lot of these liquidities, right, that remained uncleared. Typically, those smooth tops do like to get swept, especially I believe this over here was an hourly, just a smooth candle right there. So price, you can see we had a little bit of an Asian consolidation. Then we have this nice sweep to the downside. We can measure this as well, which gives us a solid projection of where price could go into the London session. You can see it hits that -3, -3.5, interjects from there. That's something to watch. Over here, and there's that sweep, right? So sweep lining up pretty close to that OTE, not OTE, oh my gosh, projection, which gives us a good reversal area. But going into the New York session, you can see a little bit of reversal, initially rejecting this 15-minute fair value gap. Get to the downside, we outlined the London session range OTE again, right? So there's, let me get rid of this guy. The London session OTE again, right there. There's that tap of the 786 with the VIX lining up as green. We tap it at 9:30 right at the open, so that gives us open low, high close 15-minute candle. Reversal to the upside, you can see how we reverse this fair value gap, which give us a solid basis for some upside. Right there, alongside with all of those range liquidities. Resting right there. Sweep of this. No continuation above this level. Gave us that reversal. Oh, fuckers. Golly. And then we get
Bless
that. Thank you. We get that reversal. Going to Thursday. Overall, shorts paid nicely this week, I will say. Shorts and longs. Over here we have Asian session consolidation. London session sweeps both sides. So off of our daily plan that we typically take a look at in the morning, we usually would see a S&D day going into the New York session. Seek and destroy. So New York is either going to sweep the bottom, reverse to the top, or sweep the top, reverse to the bottom, which is what happened here. You can see we're coming into kind of this New York session open is a little choppy, so we had to wait a little bit until the next hourly open. Next hourly open at 10:35 right there. Sweeps the top of the previous hour, sweeps the top of this consolidation range. Get an SFP, so failure to displace above this. Pretty close to this 12-hour level as well. And we get that solid reversal back to the downside to clear everything else out down here. You can see these three little liquidities resting right there. It gives us a solid foundation. There's that. And then Friday was really nice too. At that Asian session consolidation again. Similar thing that we saw going into the session over here, right? But just the opposite of it. Same thing though. Asian session consolidation, London sweeps both sides. We have this 5-minute fair value gap where price comes into it during that macro of the 7 a.m. to 7:30. Typically, you see a move happening going into the New York session there. So we have that blunt candle right there. So you get some longs into the London session back in to retest these highs. Sweeps of those we're kind of holding, consolidating right at, what is that? 9:45, 9:30. But we sweep the London session top, which according to our S&D day, right, we would want to see a New York bottom. We come down over here. This 5-minute fails to give way to the downside for the continuation of this move, right? And for us to sweep the London session bottom during New York. And this 5-minute can, oh my God. Yeah, this 5-minute fair value gap is holding. And then we also have that 5-minute blunt bottom right there, which price usually likes to come back and retest sweep of that. And then you can see the VIX starting to rise right there. So that gives us an idea that we could possibly reverse to the top. And we get that reversal to sweep a little higher. We still don't reach this 24,598.75, so it's something that I'll be looking for. Just another level to watch. And then right here on the 15-minute, if you guys were inside our Discord, we were talking about this hourly short right there. You can see price puts in this candle right there. No displacement above the closing price of this candle, so we get that nice reversal to the downside, just back into this range. I believe we're holding this 786 right there of that. Yeah, pretty much. There you go. So then let's outline these important levels. So previous weekly low, previous weekly high, and Sunday open are going to be the important levels for us to watch going into this next week. So Monday is right there. There's our previous weekly high. Sunday open can move down here. Right there. We can delete this liquidity. Let's see here. Super this as well. Previous weekly high. Boom. Previous weekly low. Boom. And you can see, boom, how we swept all of these liquidities on that higher time frame, right? Held above them going into Friday, and even on the 4-hour, you can see how we're holding above this 24.085. Right, all the bodies are closing above it, so they gave us a solid base going into Friday that we could possibly see a reversal. And also, I don't know if anybody saw that ICT post, but we got that TG thing out. It's Friday or whatever, where we get that 30% zone of the whole range, retrace back into 30%, which typically looks like. Let me see if I still have it. TGIF. Other way. There, right? So if we take the whole range that we had, price typically comes back and closes within the 20 or 30% of that range. which we did. All right, price close right there at 30%. Nice retrace. Something to look for whenever you're trading. So Sunday open is going to be right there. All right, so we have that. Oops. It's an important 12-hour level. Let's do the same thing over here. Previous weekly low is this price. Okay, Sunday open. There's our Sunday open level. And previous weekly high. This weekly high is way over here. Yeah, right there. Right. There we go. Cool. So we got all of our levels. Right now, we saw a little gap up. Right, price typically likes to come back and fill that up. So we're watching for that 24.59875. Going to that session on the 4-hour. We still have this giant fair value gap that we can reach into and reject some of these levels inside of there. If we're looking on the 12-hour, right, there's the same thing. Here you can probably put another level on the 12-hour somewhere, maybe right here, to see what price does. But other than that, watch that 24.06850 to see whether or not we break it for further downside. But this is the last week of the month, so watch out what they can do with it, since we have a half day on Thursday as well. Should be interesting. But that's all I got on in Q. We're still below that 1550, right? So as we talked about on previous streams, as long as we're below that 1550 locked on the 5-minute, we're going to see some continued downside. So far, right, we failed to displace above it, came right back through it. So right now, see if we want to retest to get back above it. That could yield maybe these highs, but other than that, we're still just playing with price and with the trend.
Yep. Aggressive moves against the trend.
Mm-hmm.
Just fade them until the structure actually changes.
Exactly. Next month I would probably say it would need to sweep this previous monthly low for us to do something.
Yeah.
Same thing, honestly, on crypto. As I was saying, we did sweep okay liquidity, right? And we're kind of holding this 786 right there. But this is the last week of the month. So, yeah, we do have open high, low closed monthly, right? We've already put in a low, so now we just need to close somewhere within between these levels, right? But the next month, it could still give us a sweep of these liquidities, or we can continue to the upside, right, without any sweeps like we did over here, right? No sweep, but we need to hold the close of that previous month. So wherever we close, we'll need to hold that level in order for us to continue to the upside. But right now, Bitcoin, this is like we were saying on our previous streams, everything for right now is just scalps to the upside until we actually see an actual reversal where we have a fair value gap or whatever, right? Some sort of bullish imbalance or a PD array that gives us way for us to the upside.
I agree 100%.
I think the same thing on ETH.
ETH. I like the 4-hour to the upside outside candle right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, it came back, retested this inverse fair value gap nicely, right, with that previous daily low sweep, now previous daily high sweep. So we technically have an outside day on ETH already. Just needs to see what they want to do from here.
Yeah, I'm still watching my long.
Yeah, so there's your weekly, right, and there's your monthly. Monthlies, technically, if they close over here, there's that fair value gap that we have. There's a possibility that we see something. Let me go into the next month. or we're going to continue on to the longer range. Just gonna give us much lower. God, remember this fucking consolidation chop shit? It's fucking brutal. Let me clean up this chart. Yeah, are there any individual names that I see percent change? Party. Oh, I fucking outlined this bitch the other day, I think. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, yep. There's that. Look at that.
Definitely, like, looking through everything feels like it's gonna be one of those just shitty price action weeks, though, for sure.
So Colonel did not perform as expected, but we had a good run on Party. Had a good outline on Party. Solid hold of this previous day low that it swept, and then nice reversal to the upside on it. Let's see, Hippo. Monta 4 hour. Doesn't look terrible.
Monta?
Mm-hmm. Close to Monta. And SFB is holding.
Yeah, I don't love any crypto right now.
Yeah. Everything's
at all.
Still like 4 hours, yeah, sure, but that's like you're trading within the 4 hour range. Don't even try to look on the daily or set your target. Like you're entering over here, setting your target right there. We need to see something solid. Turn stonks. Let me see. I had some good ones on here. At least. Rivian, I'm still so this weekly I'm looking for this fair value gap to hold and for us to continue to the upside. I mean, at least into the end of this month, I would need to close something above this range, or at least give some sort of upward momentum going into the end of the year if we want to see this thing close positively. Target, same thing. Same thing. That SFP on the weekly looks good, but they need to get above these levels in order for us to continue to the upside. I had some good animal outlines on some of these for like a long-term setup. Alright, post them I know of. CC, BC. Some of these look fucking disgusting. Like, so bad. Okay, Coin has an animal on it. So maybe one more week of down until we retrace into this like 786. That would be most ideal, right? This is your risk that you might be looking at. What other one did I have?
I like Lift, maybe.
A Lift. Yeah, DE looks pretty decent. The weekly. Doku's ass. Okay, this is just a hear me out kind of thing.
Okay.
This is ES, right? I took this range right there.
Yep.
Projected it and kind of projected it onto here.
Yeah, like a huge broadening.
Just a something, yeah. Like actually, yeah, that would be like pretty much right there. Just as a maybe.
Yep. I see it.
Just because of the way that we're just kind of like rounding off, been pumping on fucking thin air. We're below that 200. That's the whole case for me. Is how we got below the 200. Granted, we did get below the 200 right here. Had a little bit of a retrace, but right there, that flip, how we kind of had that rounded top and then SFP similar thing, right? There's your topping candle right there. Not necessarily an SFP, but still something. Just erring on the side of caution here. Not bear posting or bull posting anything.
I like it.
Hood is another one that I had an animal on. There's your daily seeps of these two liquidities. Wouldn't be nice. Just a little, you know, I'm sure some of these are just like way fucking overvalued. Nothingness. So $90, I think that would be a decent price for it to come back to and retest to get some more buyers in there. I think Microsoft had another animal on there. Dude, Coke looks fucking good.
Yeah, and those always look good when the market looks bad.
So people start drinking more Coke when the market's taking a shitter. Low. Look at low.
Yep. That and HD though is like the worst stocks.
Yep. Head into that Christmas season, people buying up fucking snow shovels and shit. Low weekly.
Inflatable Christmas stacks.
Yep. 786. Yeah, this one could be good. Still below the 200, so no big hopes. Lift for shorts, you're talking?
Maybe longs.
Maybe long.
Maybe.
Oh, daily wise, yeah. That's a good SFP. I think weekly with a monthly how it is, we could tap a little bit into this fair value gap. Maybe just a little something in here. And then get a boogie on out of there. Lift Macy's, Master, Mara. God, they destroyed Mara.
Gutted.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everything in tech just got fucking gutted last week. McDonald's looks like she's ready to get out of this fucking consolidation. The only thing is this daily SFP right there. But otherwise, like the weekly doesn't look terrible. McDonald's. Meta, same thing. Fucking sell this thing. Sell this thing to like fucking 450.
I'd like that.
Honestly, right there. Better to 450. GMRNA. Marvel came into a decent OTE here. So 618, maybe 705, 786 is what they want daily. Outside month. How do we reject the bearish OTE right there? This is bearish.
Yeah. That I like love, and I need to love it in these conditions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this end of the month. There we go. Microsoft too. Microsoft.
Google's the only thing that I've seen anyone like talking about.
Look at Microsoft's fucking just a gapper right here. It's the volume imbalance.
Yep.
So I think a solid trade would commence out of this animal completion into these 394s, 328. Google. Damn. Google. Netflix. Nike now. Nvidia also. Have you seen all the talk with them fucking selling shit up?
Yep.
Now they have just like a bunch of chips, just fucking warehouses full of them with no cells.
Stockpiled.
Yeah. I mean, 123 for Nvidia wouldn't be bad. Like, just continuous pump.
Yeah, but if they keep making deals with them to sell the cards, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's completely fair.
I mean, those might be the cards that don't matter anymore, and if they're selling all these new ones, it doesn't even matter.
True.
The only thing that matters is if Google takes them out, because if Google doesn't need them and then Google starts supplying, that would fuck their shit up real bad.
Mhm. Yeah, look at Oracle. Oracle coming into this nice zone, actually. 705.
Never bet against Oracle.
Yeah, I would say like Oracle in these 705, 786s wouldn't be bad. Oxy, PBR. PG has a solid SFP right here on the daily. Would be looking for a possible inverse cup and handle, something that we outlined inside our Discord. 786 over here. I just like the weekly structure on it, and the monthly doesn't look bad either.
Yeah, that's decent.
Just for a little something to the upside. Qcom destroyed. US. Load him up on water. Roblox, sell this fucking thing. Get this thing out of here. Roblox, I think we also talked about a little cup and handle on this thing, so kind of getting into that zone. Riot, RBS, Moss Roku S. Yeah, nothing looks like fucking amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah. The thing just looks so uncertain here. God, TTD continues to sell text.
So like, I'll play individual names if everything looks great.
Mm-hmm. UPS continuing to hold over here within this daily fair value gap, or I believe that was monthly. Yeah, monthly. So I'd love to see some upside on it. Oops.
If she ever goes.
Yeah. Come on, UPS needs an AI deal. Verizon still liking this power of 3 on it. Wix got fucking annihilated too. Wix got shit on. I guess see how it goes with this one though. I can pump her and then just straight to the downside. XYZ and Z was another one that I got an animal on. See, this weekly is okay. I mean, it doesn't have to play out, but it's there.
Yep.
It's there. We have this outstanding liquidity, right? We have both of these right there at that 56 level. So bad. What Alphabet? Is that the Google looking at?
GOOGL.
GOGL. Okay. Yeah, Google. God.
Oogly Google.
Damn. That monthly SFP. Fucking. Pew. 3 month looks crazy. Golly. Yeah, Google not bad. That's all I got. Today.
Yeah. Not an environment to force shit, people.
Yeah. It's a scalping territory for crypto. Or it's a capital preservation environment too, whichever way you want to take it. Yep. Not being in a position is also a position, so take that as something if you were going to take anything away from this today. But not being in a position is also a position. Don't overtrade. Take your shit and fuck off. I'm also telling myself that.
Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, they'll do it for tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you check out www.paperchairs.io if you want to see what we're all about. Check out the Discord, what we offer, any tools that we have in there. Also, you're able to view those past streams at the bottom of that page. Make sure you follow Mr. Hazed at Hazed Beats. get them to 3,000 followers, we're going to do a lifetime membership giveaway for the Paper Traders Discord. 2,000 followers for me. I'll call my job, say it's Donald Trump, and I'll quit it. And we'll do daily streams here. We'll live trade some crypto. Good morning. This is Donald. Eddie no longer works for you. Very sad. Very sad. I would be upset too. But don't worry. What was that one? It's like, don't worry, kitten. Don't worry, kitten. You'll be all right.
Not now, kitten.
Not now, kitten. There's no time to cry. There's no time to be upset. It's positivity moving forward.
Yeah, I think it was. It was like JD Vance to Trump, or Trump to JD Vance.
Yeah.
When all that shit was going down, it was like, not now, kitten, daddy. They're trying to torch daddy or something.
Not now, kitten. Not now. The media is here. They want to do a coverage. Get my questions ready, kitten. All right. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. As always, the best way to support is just like these streams and share them. When we get to 150 viewers, we're going to do another giveaway. So make sure you get your friends in here. Get everybody in the house. The more people, the merrier. You know, spread the message, spread the word if you learn something, especially here. We're going to learn. But I guess, yeah, the one big thing I'll leave you guys with, let's do a little, here you go, a little thing that we always look at in the morning, something that you guys should also track. Here's the daily outline that we look at. It was by Dankstrat is when I initially saved it. It was like 3 years ago when I was first learning ICT, but the interaction between the London session right here and the Asian session and the London session is going to tell you what price will do into the New York session. So a lot of times when you see us talking about Asian session consolidation, London manipulation, and then you see New York retracing into that, the OTE of the London session, that's because we outlined where price can go into that and where it can bounce out of. Obviously, this is just during the macro times that we talk about, because the London session technically goes until 11, right? Which you can see right there. We had, there was a good day where we had that thing happen. Or until New York, technically. But you can see there is that. We're almost nearing that 11 o'clock, and that's where we see that reversal, right? That SFP or that S&D day, where you have the SFP right there above the New York session, just placed back below the London session high, and then we get that reversal to the downside. Something to look at. And same thing right here, right? We did have Asian session consolidation. London session did manipulate to the upside, technically, theoretically speaking. But then we still got that pump up right into that London close pretty much. And then New York session starts, and then we sell off right there, right back to those London lows, which is typically what you target on those days. If you see Asian session consolidation, London session manipulation, you're going to target the London session high or low, depending which way the London manipulates, and then Asian session high or low, depending on what London sweeps. Yeah, there's your quick little lesson on Q. Treat every candle as an open, low, high, close, and see what it does for you, especially on those weekly candles, just to see where price prints those highs and those lows. Like right now, right? We did sweep below the Sunday open a little bit, but I wouldn't say enough manipulation on it, really, because we still have that giant gapper to the upside and like to fill those. So that's why we're saying watch out for those highs and possibly retrace into here, right, somewhere, and then rejection back to the downside, because this would be our manipulation on the weekly candle. Get three to 2 days of manipulation, 3 to 2 days of expansion, right? You got with the 5-day split. So if Sunday opens, manipulates all the way to the upside, that's where you get those Tuesday, Wednesday high of the week, or Tuesday, Wednesday low of the week, depending whether or not we go above or below that Sunday open, then get that reversal. That'll do it. Hope that made sense. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure to leave them in the comments below, or DM us, or leave them in the chat next time you come in, but we encourage it. So, yeah. We'll see you guys on the next one. Love you. Appreciate you. Be there tomorrow morning. Peace out.
Peace.